introduce to you the next Brooklyn Borough President, Menachem Raitport. Menachem Raitport, who is a gentleman who's fighting hard for Brooklyn and has been fighting hard for Brooklyn for a very long time, and he would be an exceptional borough president. The last borough president from the Republican Party that was elected in this borough was, I believe, 1914. Wow. Am I correct on that? I think. Which one? 1914. That's the flu season. So 1914, just 2 years after the Titanic. So that's the last time we had a Republican as our borough president. Kind of pathetic, huh? So we need our Republican representative in that house down there on Court Street. So without further ado, it gives me great pleasure to introduce to you the next borough president of Brooklyn. Thank you.
Thank you. We're fortunate that we have a beautiful weather today, that we can all be here. Why am I running for Brooklyn Borough President? Well, very simple. Brooklyn is supposed to be a place where people can be proud of. You go to people, where are you from? Oh, I'm from Austin, Texas. I'm from Houston. They're proud. When anybody's from Brooklyn, I'm from New York. Hold on. You hear somebody who's from Houston, where they're from, they'll tell you Houston, they won't tell you I'm from Texas. How come people are embarrassed to say they're from New York, from Brooklyn? Because Brooklyn has been allowed to sink to a low where nobody cares about us. You have, every day you turn on the news and I'm wondering, should I put on a bulletproof vest in order to walk out of my house? Because not far from my house, 2 people just got shot. And this is every day. When we had a mayor named Giuliani, he cared about the city. He fought for the city. Then he was duped into believing that Bloomberg would also care about the city. Unfortunately, he fooled everybody. He threw some money in the air and everybody looked up and he snuck in. And now we have a mayor who got into office with 13% of the vote of the city. Nobody even cared to go out. Why? People feel that the city is, who cares about the city? This is New York, so if you don't vote, there's no problem. They got 50 dead people voting for each person who doesn't vote. I mean, my brother's dead, and he voted more times since he died than before he died. And the funny thing is, he was Republican. Now he votes Democrat. So, I mean, what do we have over here? We have a city that doesn't care for itself. We need to bring Brooklyn back to a city where people are proud of it. People can have pride. People can say, oh, where am I from? I'm from Brooklyn. There's pride in it. We used to have the Brooklyn Dodgers. Oh, yes, go Dodgers. They're gone because our mayor back then decided that he'll build he put Moses in charge of, Robert Moses in charge of building the infrastructure of the city. And he decided, nah, Brooklyn doesn't need a stadium, let's move it to Queens. And Dodgers said, no, we want to stay in Brooklyn. No, we're going to put you in Queens. Now Dodgers are in LA. And in Queens, they have the Mets. Not worth very much, but I would say we should build a stadium and bring Yankees to Brooklyn. Then they'd have a crowd. Anyway, Brooklyn needs to rebuild itself, and the way that we can rebuild itself is to focus on a number of issues. One is helping out the people who have businesses in New York by lowering the taxes. Government loves to spend everybody's money on taxes. And I believe it was Margaret Thatcher who said, socialism only works so long as you don't run out of other people's money. Because that's what socialism, they give away other people's money. They won't give you their money. You notice how Al Gore keeps saying, oh, we have to do this for the planet, we have to do that for the planet. I don't know how many houses Al Gore has, but I know he has one house that's so big that it uses more electricity in 1 month than what I use in 2 years. but he buys carbon credits. This whole carbon credit thing is something he made up. So he can get rich. Now he's a multi-billionaire because of other people's money. We need to take Brooklyn and make it something special by lowering taxes, educating the young. How do we educate the young? Oh, we have public schools. I don't think I have to tell any of you what public schools are like. We spend $20,000 a year on per student, and most of them can't count to 100. We have to make a new type of math. So like that, everybody's right. That's not how you do math. That's not how you do business. There's mathematics. We're supposed to follow the rules of mathematics so we can have business. Not everybody's cut out to be businessmen. You're right. I propose that we start teaching at the age of 15. Start testing the kids. Is he an academic or is he hands-on? If he's academic, then we continue him in regular school. If he's not, we teach him 2 hours a day, 3 hours a day, basics, skills, math and reading and writing, and then we take him the rest of the day and we teach him skills. Why do we have to import Masons from Bangladesh and India? Not that they're bad people, don't get me wrong. But we have so many people here who don't have any skills. Let's take them, teach them the old skill, masonry skills. Let's teach them how to be welders. Let's teach them how to be roofers. Construction, electricity, plumbing. There's a need, there's a real need for people to be able to do things with their hands to help build our city. Cars, more complex than ever before. Years ago, a car would break down, you'd be able to open the hood, get out, take a look, okay, the hose is leaking, take something tied around the hose until you get to the next repair station. Okay, or you'd open the hood, carburetor's clogged, get out the gum out from the trunk, spray it in the carburetor, boom, the car started again, you're going, you're good. Today, all of a sudden, is it the alternator that's dying? Is it your spark plugs are clogged? Is distributor cap that's no good? It's 15 million parts. We need to take people, students, and teach them how to repair cars properly, especially as the years go on. They're more and more complex. And we have people, today, battery type of motors, yeah, it's look great. Soon the motors start burning out, the batteries start going on fire. You gotta have trained people. And we need police officers. And not that we should dumb down the tests. Have you seen the tests now that they give a police officer versus what it was 35 years ago? It is so dumbed down, it's embarrassing. Firefighters test, it's dumbed down. Why? Oh, because we have to include everybody. Excuse me. If a person doesn't know how to read or write, how are they going to fill out a police report properly? They can sit down by the computer. Oh, I'll use spell check. I don't know about you guys, but I know when I use my cell phone and I'm writing things, it autocorrect. Some of the things it autocorrect. It's a little ridiculous.
It is, we're risque.
Dyslexic, and that helps. And that, and you say that, you don't know people.
You're right, it does help.
You know, we can't judge people. When I was in school, because of being dyslexic.
Just, let's keep the questions to the end.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're very upset by that. You can't tell people in high school about taking tests and what they should be or what they're capable of. Because, you know,
Most people,
opportunities, college should have opportunities for everybody.
you're right. But you can see, a test doesn't just mean a test where you sit down and fill out answers. A test is a lot of things. A test is
Skills.
you see the person's ability to sit in one place and apply themselves. If a person has the ability to sit and apply themselves, even though they can't read properly, but if they're trying, then yes, you're right. They deserve the opportunity to continue to be helped along and to go down the route that they want to go. But if a person has ants in his pants and is dancing out of his chair,
That's because
you can't
fast food
teach
is
them
too
much.
sugar.
I'm sorry?
It has to do with diet and food sugar. We have such a terrible diet that kids, the reason why they have problems at home. I mean, we can't, they have, sick.
There's a million answers to each thing. But that's why I said it's not cut and dry.
Let's just keep
You have to look at different things before you can make a decision.
If you're making decisions by saying, let children learn, we should learn history, we should learn the basics of math, not any of these other things we learn about American history, we should learn about math and everything. Tests are just for the child to see where they're going or whatever, but to see all these things, like.
You're right, but you need to also
Public
see.
schools are so disrespectful.
Well, we propose no test. We need tests, right?
We need to see where people are going.
I mean, we all take tests for everything. So what he was saying was that if people who need help, sure, help them, continue helping them to the path that they
The
can
point
go.
of school is to help the people. And we have to see where to gear their help towards. If they are good in one aspect, let's help them down that road of the aspect that they are good.
Some people are good with their hands.
If you see someone's good with electricity, don't shove them into plumbing. If you see someone's good with books, don't force them to do something they're not good with. If they want to go down that road, yes, then we say, okay, we're going to try to help you. But there's a limit.
Up, no one understood what being dyslexic is. And I should have gone to Harvard because I realized I'm smart. But when I was growing up, I wished my parents, I make a joke, I said, I wish my parents said, you disappoint me. They didn't think that because they didn't understand or they were dyslexic and everything. So when you take a child, because of, the tests are sometimes, I hate to use the word, geared to, be a little bit more, I hate to use the word racist or in situations and they, where, and we're, in Bed-Stuy, teachers that taught, they were like a little bit snotty. They didn't think very much of the.
Well, that's another thing. We need to filter out our teachers.
So the teachers have to be re-educated.
No argument. The teacher union.
Not the children. Don't blame the children or something. It's
Once again, ladies and gentlemen, please, I
You wanna
started in the
digress,
beginning
let
of
it
this
go.
not
speech.
digressing. It's
In the
not
beginning of this speech, I want you could leave these questions to the end. We want our speaker to continue what he was speaking, and then you, by all means, you have questions or issues, please keep it to the end. Okay, thank you, please. I've said this ad nauseum many times in the meetings in the past. Please, hey Dennis, thank you. How you doing? Please, let's just give the respect to the speaker, and if you have any issues, hey, we don't have to agree with everything. That's the beauty of this country.
That's the beauty of democracy.
Democracy. You say I have an issue with this. He's running for office. He's here to take criticism or praise. And he, because he's going to have to go debate his opponent, hopefully, or whatever. So he has to, know how to deal with these issues and deal with the other side's perspective. And so, but please, and this is for every meeting we have, let's keep it to the end, let the speaker speak, because truthfully, it takes the speaker off the train of thought, and it's not nice to do that. Please, always, I normally just bite my tongue, but today, I had to say something. I'm sorry, because now this is a YouTube video, and I'm doing a please audience, keep it to the end. You know how that looks, especially for our organization? It looks good. No, it don't. Please. I apologize. Please continue.
Not a problem. As I was saying, we need to take education to the next level and bring it to the point where we teach the children, the young adults, a skill where they can make a living. When a child has $1 that they got for free, the old saying is, easy come, easy go. And it's not just for children. They get government handouts, oh, it's easy come. The money's wasted. But if you take a kid, you make him work for that $1, you make him do chores, he cherishes that $1 so much more. That $1 has so much more value to him because he earned it. If we take children, young adults, and train them with skills. We teach them how to do things right, how to fix, how to build, how to repair, or how to do computer work, or how to be a doctor or a lawyer. They earn a skill. They have more respect for themselves. In return, they make our society a better society to live in. Because if you walk home and you see everybody just sitting on the doorstep smoking weed and drinking whiskey, you think, what am I doing? Why am I going to work? Why am I the odd one? I don't have to pay for that person's whiskey. When I go to work, I have to take a urine test to make sure I'm not doing drugs or drinking alcohol. But these people, they get a check in the mail, and they're doing just what I'm not allowed to do. So what am I doing? Society needs to change. Yes, we do need to help those who are underprivileged. We do need to help those who are without skills. The way to help someone without skills is to give them a skill. You know, there's an old saying, give a poor man a fish, feed him for a day. Teach a man to fish, and he eats for a lifetime. We need to take our society and teach them how to take care of themselves. On my way here, I drove down Nostrand Avenue, I drove down Flatbush Avenue. If I tell you how many storefronts I saw closed, boarded up. Why? A variety of reasons. One, people open up shops, they have a store, and you have people who come in who like what's called five-finger discounts. Anybody know what a five-finger discount is?
Yep.
Shoplifters. Puts people out of business. I'm not sure if you're aware of it, but in San Francisco they have a law now. Anybody who shoplifts under $1,000, don't even bother calling the police because they're not going to be prosecuted. They can be let out immediately. There are people literally who walk into stores with shopping carts and they fill up their cart to $900 worth of merchandise and then walk out. They don't go to the register, they just walk out the door. Can't do anything. And if you lift a hand to stop them, you get sued for harassment. But they just robbed you. Nope. They can do what they want. This is Nancy Pelosi's district. You don't believe me? Look it up online. There's actually a few stores a few companies now that went out of business in San Francisco. He said, we can't do business here because we can't survive. I think there's a new pharmacy that just opened up there where you walk in and you come straight into a counter. And then you have employees that you want something? Sure, I'll get it for you. It doesn't go across the counter until it's paid for. Because otherwise, they can't survive. But that's not what we want to happen to Brooklyn. We want Brooklyn to survive. We want not just it should survive. We want it to be a place that people can be proud of. Not say, oh, I'm from there. I'm not from San Francisco where you see two bumpers 8 inches apart. That's a toilet. Literally. And de Blasio touts his incredible low crime rate. Sure, it's a low crime rate. You know why it's a low crime rate? Everything that was illegal is now legal. So how can you have a crime rate? Because before, the quality of life crimes were considered crimes. Today there's no more quality of life crimes. So there's nothing that goes into the statistic. And the people that get shot, oh, they don't bother putting that down because why should we bother? The media already did. But that's just the way we are. Is that what we want to live with? Is that what we want people to know our city for? Do you know that the people that go through Brooklyn, go through the country, we have approximately about 20% of the people around the country go through Brooklyn at some point in their life. Whether it's they're coming into America, they go through Brooklyn, or they have family and they come to Brooklyn. But 20% of all people in America have gone through Brooklyn. It's a pretty large number. Now, I don't know about you guys. But I want to be able to say, oh, Brooklyn? Yeah, I'm proud to be from there. I don't want to be able to say, oh, yeah, I live there too. It doesn't sound very exciting. We need to make Brooklyn a place to be proud of. That's why